Hey guys, back with another abandoned video today. I'm at a location that I was at actually last fall, before it was closed. This is the Kmart in Gas City, Indiana. I wanted to come back here because I hadn't been back since it actually closed. I was here during the liquidation. Unfortunately, all the windows are blacked out, so you can't really see anything inside. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to come back here and see what's going on with it. What was interesting though when I got here is there are no for sale signs or anything on the front or anywhere, so I'm wondering if it is going to be turned into something else soon. I looked online and I couldn't really find anything, so I really don't know what's going on with this place. Here's the garden center entrance. And we're coming up here, this little tiny outdoor area. This is something I showed in the original video, how small it was. I don't know how they fit anything out here. I think it was just storage. I don't know, because there's really no way that they could have had a lot of plants and stuff like that out here, or patio furniture. It was just way too small, but it's the smallest outdoor center I've ever seen in a Kmart. And this, I guess, would have been their loading area. It's a really strange setup. They don't have like an actual loading dock anywhere, but they still have all their propane tanks out here, which is kind of odd. I'm surprised those have not been stolen yet. This Kmart's located like in a, like basically in the middle of a neighborhood. And there's a few stores around, but it's kind of an odd setup. Here's another loading door. I don't know what their loading setup was. Trash compactor, everything's still here. No dumpsters, but there's not much back here. Looks like they did leave some trash back here that was already compacted. It looks like it's still in pretty good shape back here. At least it hasn't been trashed, which is pretty surprising. Most closed stores are trashed usually within a month or so. This actually closed, I think in October. It was supposed to close in October when I was here last fall. I think I came around September. I'm not really positive, but it was right after the liquidation started. And they were scheduled to close in October, so pretty sure that's when it was. I just remember this store was one of the smallest stores I'd ever been in as far as Kmart goes. This is actually where Kmart ends, right here. These are the other two stores. This place shares a shopping center with Family Dollar and a little grocery store, so that's what those others are over there. It's actually starting to rain too. And if anybody ever wonders, whenever you go to Kmart and it's got these satellites on the top like that, that's actually where their radio came from. They didn't have, they used to play tapes, like cassette tapes, that they would get sent every so often to update with music and commercials and everything, but they actually have all that coming in from the satellite dishes now. And there was a box, like a receiver in the office, where they would have to make sure that was always working. So basically they could actually update commercials and stuff like that in real time from the corporate office in Illinois. And they didn't have to send tapes or anything. At the Kmart I worked at, we actually still had the tape player up front behind the service desk, but we didn't actually use it. We did have the satellite system. I never really came to this store too often. The last time that obviously I came to make the video, but before that, really the only time I ever came here, it's about an hour or so from where I live. The only time I ever came here was I had used Shop Your Way rewards points, which, by the way, is a really good program. That was one of the few things Kmart ever did that was, or Sears ever did, that was a really good idea. It's probably one of the best rewards system for any store, because you get a lot of points for buying stuff. But anyway, I had all these points saved up from different things, and I came here to this store and actually bought a microwave, which I still have. It was like a $120 microwave, and I ended up only paying like $30. So and I don't know if you can hear because the wind is really bad, but anyway, this is the Kmart in Gas City. Again, there's no word as far as what I could see, as far as what it's going to become. There's no for sale sign or anything, so I'm wondering if it's been sold. I don't know, but yeah. Hope everybody enjoyed this video. It's one last look at the Kmart in Gas City, Indiana. Hey guys, real quick before I end this video, I was actually on my way home from Gas City, which then I actually went through Marion, Indiana, and I just wanted to show this. This actually, obviously, is nothing now other than a Dunham Sports and a bookstore and a Hallmark and a coffee store, but in the past, it was actually a Kmart, and the only reason I thought this was interesting to show is because of the something that happened, or that this Kmart actually used to have. I used to come here as a kid every once in a while, and in the 80s, and one of the things that made this place unique was that it actually had a restaurant in it, and I don't mean like a Little Caesars or a K Cafe. It actually had a sit-down restaurant where you'd go in and actually have food, and it was kind of set up like a cafeteria. I don't remember what it was actually called, if it was just called the Kmart restaurant, or I don't know, but there's not a lot of information about them online other than a few pictures. I'll insert a couple pictures here. I remember the last time I came here to actually eat there was when my parents finally let me eat there, and I always wanted to go in there because it always seemed such a unique, weird thing that a restaurant would be inside a Kmart. So I was always so intrigued by it, and I always wanted to try it. And I was pretty young at that point, but I remember they had like daily specials and drinks and just different things that you wouldn't have gotten in a like a Little Caesars or something, because it was an actual restaurant. And I remember I had a roast beef thing with chips and a drink. But yeah, I thought that was interesting to show you guys that this actually was one of the only Kmarts in the area that ever had an actual restaurant. And I don't know how common that was, but I know that this was really the only one that I ever knew of that actually had that. But anyway, thanks again. Have a great day.